Hello and welcome to my channel. I have here a 1 in 56 scale British armoured carrier, and this is for the bolt hatching games by Warlord games. I have a little bit of a backlog of their kits to build up, so I might as well get cracking now. So let's open it up and see what we get. Surprisingly, not that much. We have 3 baggies altogether plus a sheet of paper. The kit itself is spread across 2 sprues and is fairly simplistic. Plus it also comes with a commander, a driver and 2 passengers. We also have a stat card, a decal sheet, 3 bases and a flame effect. The instructions, as you can see, consist of exploded diagrams rather than individual steps. That itself can lead to problems, but we shall see. Right, it's time to get snipping, and each part will need a little bit of clean up work, otherwise they won't sit flush. And my glue choice is Tamiya's model cement, and this will weld both parts together. So I'll slowly start assembling everything from the first step. I'm also very conscious that this kit will need painting, and that will be impossible to do if the kit is built in its entirety first. So I just need to figure out a good place to stop. And this is why I'm not glued on the tan tracks for now, as they will be very difficult to paint once in place. The same also applies for the soldiers, because once they're glued into place, I'll no longer have access to them with a paintbrush. So there's only a few more little bits I can do before I need to start painting, and then I'll need to complete the assembly afterwards. You can see that the driver and passenger are missing some limbs, because once they're in place you won't see those parts. The 2-piece centre column can be glued into place at the back, as this part doesn't get in anybody's way. The front armour piece is only pushed into place for now, as I'll need to take this out so I can paint behind it. Then I can only glue it into place once the driver and passenger have been painted and glued into place. I also assemble the rear passengers, although it's only a matter of placing on their heads and choosing which direction they're looking. For the remainder of the assembly, I can either choose the earlier design or the later one. I chose the later one, and there's a few little bits to add to the back. Although this is as far as I can go for now, and I need to make a start with the painting, so I gave everything a spray with some grey primer. For the tan tracks and the wheels, I painted them all in medium grey. This will actually serve as the highlight colour, because we're going to add a black wash all over it all, and this will seep into the recesses, and this will create a dirty, oily look. While the machine guns are still on the sprue, I paint them black, then drive with some silver over them. For the vehicle itself, I paint everything green, and this also includes the inside area at the front, because painting this when it's all sealed up and with 2 figures in there ain't going to be easy. While I have access to the front, I use some brown panel liner to bring out some of the details. And then moving on to the soldiers. They basically have green helmets, khaki coloured clothing and black boots, so they can't get much simpler than that. Then we can finish off the tank assembly. I've already added on the spare wheel at the front, then at either side go on the tracks. Then I added the driver and commander. Make sure you get these guys the right way round, because the box art has been flipped. Now that the seats are occupied, the front doesn't close as neatly, so you might need a spot of glue. And then I'll put in the rear passengers. Then there's 2 machine guns to add. There's the rear mounted one and one for the front passenger. There's also a few other extras to add, depending on which options you've chosen. Option 2 includes a couple of extra side panels. According to the box art, there's no gap here, but I have a gap, so I'm going to fill that in. And once it's solidified, I'll sand it and paint it to match. Then I have a whole bunch of decals to apply. These slide on nice and easily, and can be nudged into place with very little effort. The only problem is that the decal sheet is packed full with almost no space between decals, so it is a pain to try and separate them. But on the plus side, it gives us quite a few options and varieties. Once everything's in place and dried, I can go ahead and add some weathering powder. I use both light and dark earth and wet and dry application. And then I seal everything in with the matte sealer. And there we have it. That's the bolt hatch and universal carrier completed. By and large, this kit went together very easily. The instructions could do with being a bit clearer though, but otherwise I think the results speak for themselves. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've had a few mystery bosses from Warlord games, so I do have plenty more bolt action kits to build up. Keep an eye out for those over the coming months. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.